Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar today. Let me just get this set up here. All right, great. Well, thank you for joining the Volta Insurance Solution webinar today, powered by Appulate. I will be your presenter today, Vanessa Dulier-Camara, the Director of Customer Development here at Appulate, and I'm joined by Adam Meyerson, the President of Volta Insurance Solutions.
Hello, guys. How are you today? Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry, Adam. Some webinar logistics before we get started. Due to the size of the webinar, we do have everybody muted. We do want to get through this as quickly and as efficiently as possible for you. But we do want to hear from you, and we do want to answer your questions. So please do stick around until the end. We will have a Q&A session. We'll be able to answer all of your questions for you. In the meantime, we don't want you to forget your questions. So type them as you have them in the GoToMeeting side panel in the question section, as you see on the print screen on my screen here. So type your questions in, send them in as you have them, and we will get to those at the end. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted to our YouTube page, Appulate Inc., by the end of the day. So before we get into Volta's outstanding programs powered by Appulate, I'd like to take just a moment to update you on Appulate. Appulate's network continues to grow rapidly. We now have over 30,000 agencies in network, making Appulate the place where agents, MGAs, and carriers do business digitally. And our commitment to you, the agent, is to empower you by expanding your markets, automating your workflow, and saving you time and money. So a little bit more on expanding your markets. So for over a decade, agents have been using Appulate to streamline their submission process. And often agents would come to us looking for markets to place a part of their business. And it was then that we realized, there's more that we could be doing for our agents. So we decided then to be a technology partner to program administrators that were looking to automate their quoting process and, of course, deliver it to a large network of agents. So now Appulate hosts a real-time rate quote request to bind experience for several markets, including Volta, meaning that you can get a quote in minutes or a premium indication instantly. So how exactly do we automate the submission process? Well, it all starts with Uplink, which eliminates the need to rekey data. It bridges Accord data from any agency management system, that's what makes us unique, any management system, or even an Accord PDF, and it populates other forms, carrier portals, and program administrators' smart questionnaires. It also eliminates the need for your markets to rekey information, making it, of course, a win-win. So Appulate is brought to you, the agent, at zero cost, as the carriers, MGAs, and program administrators cover the cost so that you can do business with them in an easier way. And now, not only is it free to use, but it can save you money too. So based on a recent survey we conducted on retail agents, we found that agents are averaging about 40 submissions per month, and agents are saving about 37 minutes per submission with Appulate. This translates to an average of close to 1,500 minutes or over 24 hours saved per month with Appulate. And in dollars, that's $593 per agent per month or over $7,000 per year. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Volta Insurance Solutions, which currently has its rate quote request to bind platform in Appulate. It is free to use, and it can produce an instant premium indication for you for workers' comp. In just a few minutes, we'll take you through a demo, but first I'd like to hand this over to Adam to tell you a little bit more about Volta. Adam?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and watch today's webinar. I hope you guys will be thoroughly entertained. That being said, who is Volta Insurance Solutions? Well, as a concept, Volta was envisioned as a company that would change the way commercial producers interact with wholesalers. The industry standard to date is fragmented, time-consuming, frustrated, and void of any real automation. Producers have known the difficulties in dealing with traditional commercial wholesalers, yet they continue to use us because they or we provide a very important piece of the puzzle: access to markets and products to the producers that would otherwise not have access to. In the world of InsurTech, what's special about Volta is not necessarily what we are doing, it's how we are doing it. Like traditional wholesalers, Volta provides the same access to competitive commercial markets and products. However, unlike a traditional wholesaler, Volta also provides a unique technology platform powered by Appulate that enables our appointed producers to obtain premium indications in real time and bindable quotes in minutes. Thanks to this technology, our ability to have exponentially accelerated turnaround time and our immediate attention to our producer submissions is what makes our offerings so attractive. Our technology platform, thanks to Appulate, has added the elements of ease of use and efficiency in an area of the industry where it has been considerably lacking for some time. So our specialty, as of today, is primarily in the standard commercial lines of business: excess liability, work comp, general liability, business owners, cannabis, professional liability, and other emerging lines, as well as excess and surplus lines. What kind of carriers do we offer? We offer AM Best rated, A or better admitted, all with competitive rates, all with quality products, and all with a broad acceptance. Now, as far as the products that we offer, we have brought on 5 new markets with a total of 9 new products in less than 6 months. We now have a complete list of complementary products for you and your customers, ranging from general liability, standard business owners, a home-based business owner's niche product through RLI Insurance Company, workers' compensation through Employers Insurance Company and Atlas General Insurance Services, professional liability through Hiscox Insurance Company, and excess liability through Topa Insurance Company. Now, our industry examples range from artisan contractors, cannabis. Now, that is for work comp only at this point. We plan on adding a general liability cannabis product either Q1 or Q2 of 2019. Warehousing, janitorial, assisted living, real estate, wholesale, food and beverage, automotive, professional occupations, arts and entertainment. The list goes on. And these are just some of the highlights with respect to the industries and examples that we will accept. Our next products, as I had indicated, anywhere from Q1 of next year to Q3 of next year, range from commercial properties, commercial package, general liability for cannabis, and business owners for cannabis as well. So a lot of neat things coming for 2019. And any other product that we can obviously get our hands on that we can offer to you that will provide you with additional value. So what do we provide? Using Appulate, our front-end technology platform is comprised of automated data entry, real-time quoting, instant bind requests, and same-day turnaround for issued policies. You no longer need to spend your resources in developing your own platforms for additional automation. When you become an appointed producer with Volta, all of the automation is free thanks to Appulate. Once again, we provide access to competitive products with A-rated admitted carriers for each line of business that we represent. At Volta, we're automating most of the manual processes, which increases efficiency and ultimately lowers your overhead. So that's more or less more money in your pocket and less outgoing on things like expenses. In a nutshell, Volta offers a simplified user interface using Appulate's state-of-the-art platform. There's no haggling over guidelines or how long it takes to get a quote because it's virtually instantaneous. If you get a quote, then that's the rate and it can be bound. Simple as that. You have same-day turnaround on all bound policies and more commission in your pocket. Not only do we provide access to competitive insurance products, our technology platform provides automated front-end underwriting, instantaneous quoting capability, and bind requests all at the click of a mouse. No underwriters to call, talk to, or email or wait for. We remove the roadblocks and unnecessary points of contact for a seamless, streamlined approach. Smart, efficient, and automated. So I think what we're going to do now is turn it on over to Vanessa to give us some demonstrations. Vanessa, it's all yours.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Adam, for that. So let's go ahead and get right into our live demo. I'm going to do that by pulling open this Accord form that I have completed here. I have this in a PDF. You may have it in your agency management system. No matter where you have it, which management system, that's where you're going to want to start because we do not want you to have to rekey any of this information to get this over to Adam for a quote. So go ahead and Appulate it. In other words, print your Accord form to the Appulate uplink printer option. If If you don't have this installed yet, don't worry. It takes less than a minute to install on your desktop, and we'll go over that at the end during setup. So print to the Appulate uplink printer option. It's going to have you confirm your Appulate credentials. You'll just have to enter those in once, and Appulate will store them there for you, so you don't have to keep rekeying them. Then it's going to take you right into Appulate. So you don't have to have Appulate open. It's going to print that Accord form to the Appulate uplink printer option. It's going to open up Appulate for you. It's going to take you into our Q&A section. It's already created the insured, the line of business, and bridged over all of your Accord data. So up at the top here, you see Volta Insurance Solutions, and then you're going to see 3 submarkets, and Adam's going to talk a little bit about that.
Now, when it comes to each one of these submarkets, they all have their own individual requirements. When Vanessa hovers over the little orange A, you'll see some of the things that the system may require you to enter in order for it to either give you an estimated premium or even allow you to submit to that particular market. In this case, employers has all of the information it needs in order to display an estimated premium. So I think we're actually going to be moving forward with that market today as well. But I think when she goes in and enters the FEIN, whether it's a fake FEIN, some of the information at the top there should probably turn green. And no, there we go. So there's Atlas. The thing about Atlas too is that Atlas has multiple markets underneath it. So that's one of the other reasons why you're not seeing an estimated premium there. But it is letting you know that it is submittable directly to us.
Thank you, Adam, for that. All right, so what we want to do here is answer the rest of the missing and required questions. So questions that weren't on your Accord form, just a few additional questions that you will need to get this over or be able to submit. Currently, the submit button is in orange until you fulfill those. So let's just go through this. You can see all of your Accord data is in here. You can go through this section by section and review the information that was populated, answer any additional question, make any edits. Or you could just jump right ahead into those questions that you have left to answer there. You can see that they're highlighted or stand out here because they have a number, a red number next to the section that's missing questions. So we can get right to it. And you'll see that those questions have a red asterisk next to them so that you don't miss them. I also want to point out that these letter indications also list the questions that are missing and required, and these are live links. So if you want, you can click on it and it will take you directly to where that question is missing and where you'll need to answer it in what we call our smart questionnaire down here. And it's a smart questionnaire or a dynamic questionnaire because based on how you answer certain questions, questions may appear, questions may be eliminated, and of course it's taking everything into account in real time.
The other thing about entering in this information is that the more information you fill out here, the more information that I receive when I receive your submission. So if there is anything, hopefully, if you fill all this information out to its entirety, then when I receive it, I will not have to come back to you for any additional info.
And the last of the missing required questions here is payment plan, and I think Adam has a few words about that as well.
When it comes to the payment plans, now the payment plans that you're seeing in here are just for employers, as a matter of fact. We are in the process right now of making multiple changes to our user interface to reflect all of the different options that you'll have with all of our carriers. But where this is concerned right now, you have different payment plan options. There's the 100% down annual pay. That one is available for every policy that we sell, regardless of premium. The 30% down with 3 equal installments is available to any policy premium reaching at least $1,000 or greater. The 10% down or with 9 equal installments is available to any policy 2,500 and greater. And the 0% down precise pay as you go, is a monthly reporting option. And that one is EFT only. It's a great installment plan because you have 0% down, but it's available to the policy premiums greater than, or it's $1,000 and greater. The $2,500 is incorrect, but we're in the process of having that change.
Okay, great. Thank you, Adam. So as we answer the last of the missing and required questions here, we now have green A's. We now have a green submit button. It means we're ready to go. We've answered all of the questions by bridging over the information and answering those last few questions. So when we click the submit button, our status will change accordingly to say submitted. And Adam, talk to us a little bit about that turnaround time there.
Now, as far as the turnaround time is concerned, we're going to get, as soon as you click on submit, we get an email. That lets us know that you've submitted a risk. We go right into Appulate, review it, make sure that all of the information is there, and then we are actually going to click a very similar button on our end and copy that information directly into the carrier system, where we are able to get the quote calculated, wrap it up, and then send it on back to you. Now, where Atlas General is concerned, Atlas General is the market in which we are able to offer our artisan contractors business and some of our higher premium policies. We're in the process right now of working with them to make things a little bit more simplified within Appulate. However, none of that is available yet. Right now, we're using the generic Atlas General market. So we can accept business, we can accept submissions, but there may be a little bit longer turnaround time for this business, but it shouldn't be that much longer. But for the employer's business, it's going to be relatively instantaneous. In either case, we're going to provide you with probably the best customer service and fastest turnaround times of any one of your wholesalers.
Thank you, Adam. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can get set up here with Appulate so that you can start submitting to Volta today and taking advantage of all of these features and functionality and coverage here that Adam and I have both talked about here today. So let's first talk about how to get signed in. So everybody that was invited to this webinar has credentials. So you'll just want to go ahead and go to appulate.com, and you'll want to navigate to our sign-in page. So appulate.com/sign-in, and go ahead and enter your email address here and your password if you have it. If you don't have it, go ahead and click on Forgot Password here, and it's going to ask you for your email address, and then it's going to reset your password. If this invitation today was forwarded to you, so you think that you may not have an Appulate account, I do still recommend that you go through the Forgot Password option, because as I mentioned here, we have over 80% of all independent agents that are in network. That's over 30,000 agencies. So chances are your agency already has an account, and maybe you forgot about it because it's been a while, or somebody set it up and forgot to tell you about it. So go ahead and go through this process first. If in fact you still don't have an Appulate account, you can go through the sign up now process. It's just 2 screens where it asks you for your agency's basic information. You become the account admin, and it will create an Appulate account for you, and you can add all of the users or all of your coworkers as users to that account. So once you have credentials, go ahead and sign in, and you'll want to make sure that Volta is listed as your selected market. So go to the Markets tab, and under Selected, you should see Volta Insurance Solutions. If you do not see Volta, make sure that you're logged into Appulate.com, because each of our partners has their own specific URL, and if you're logged into it, you may not see your other markets. So do make sure that you're logged into Appulate.com, and you will see a Markets and Available tab. Let me zoom in here. So if you go to Markets and Available, go ahead and type in Volta here, and click the plus sign on the right-hand side under Select, and that is how you can make sure that you have Volta selected as your market. Now also go ahead and download Uplink if you have the information already in an Accord form and you want to start bridging that over to save you time so that you don't have to rekey the information. You can do that by going to Tools, Appulate Uplink, and choose your management system from the drop-down menu here. Again, Appulate works with any agency management system. So if you don't see it listed here, no problem. Click Other, and it's going to let you move forward. And click on the link there to install. And it installs on your desktop in less than a minute. If you want to see if you've installed it successfully or not, just go to Print Any Document. And if you see the Appulate Uplink listed as one of your printer options, along with your home printer or your office printer, for example, then you know that you have it installed successfully. All right, and that is it for setup. So I do want to go ahead and open it up for any questions. We do have some that have come through here. While I take questions, yes.
If I could ask you to do one thing for me, one other way to get appointed with us is if you go to our website, voltainsurance.com. and click on, there's the circle, click on Get Appointed. You're going to see this little window come up, and it's a power form through DocuSign. You put in your name and your email address and click on Begin Signing. It will take you through the entire new producer package from start to finish. All you need to do is fill out that information. You'll attach a couple of documents to it, and then you'll click on Finish at the very end, just like you would do with any DocuSign document. And as soon as we get that documentation, we will review it, make sure everything is copacetic, and then get you appointed that way. So there's just another way for you to go ahead and get appointed by going to voltainsurance.com and simply clicking on Get Appointed.
Very good. Thank you for that, Adam. All right, let's go ahead and take some questions. Adam, we already have some for you. Let me just, before I do that, just let me pull up Adam's contact information. I'm going to leave it up on my screen while we take questions, so in case you want to go ahead and jot that down, Adam can help you out with anything. He can answer any of your questions, so feel free to reach out to him here. And while I leave that open on my screen, Adam, let's see, the first question for you. Do you have an appetite for truckers, delivery, for workers' comp?
We do have some appetite for that. I would have to know a little bit more specifics about the class code. Where delivery is concerned, where trucking is concerned, that spans that spans a couple of different class codes. But I'd like to talk to you about it so I could get a little bit more understanding. But for the most part, yes.
Thank you, Adam. Next question for you. We submit to Atlas Direct. They told us that they have an exclusive work comp agreement for class 7198 courier with another agent, and we cannot access them for that class. Can Volta?
This is for parcel delivery companies. We have access to this class code as well. Now, you spoke, I think I understand, where you spoke with another wholesaler and they say that they have an exclusive for this particular class code. We have access to this class code as well. Unless you have a direct appointment with Atlas, then you would have, if you have a direct appointment with Atlas, then you would have no need for Atlas through Volta. But if you do not and you're using it through another wholesaler, then whoever that is, unless they have a special product that they have developed with that class code, there is no one that I am aware of that has any type of special or unique product for that particular class code with Atlas. So we have the same amount of access to it as anyone else would.
Thank you, Adam. This is a follow-up to the previous question that you had about truckers. They just wanted to add that it was specifically for class code 7219.
7219 trucking firms, yes, that won't be a problem.
Very good. All right, next question here. Atlas for all states or certain states only?
Right now, it is California and Arizona. Let's see, California, Arizona. What are the other states? Apologize about that. California, Arizona, California, Nevada, New Jersey, Colorado, Arizona. And they're going to be opening up additional states in 2019. Not sure which states those are going to be. They haven't let us know yet. I'm pushing for states like Texas and Florida, New York, and Michigan, but we'll see where they end up going.
Thank you, Adam. Next question here. What if Volta isn't in the available markets list? And I'll take that one. So I'm going to actually show you here a couple of things. Let me just get back to my Appulate screen here. Okay, so back into Appulate.com. Okay, so now once you're signed in here, you should see under markets and selected, you should see Volta. Okay, so if you do, then they won't show up under your list of markets and available because you already have them selected. So that could be one reason. You already have them selected, and if you do, you're good to go. And in fact, most of you already should. So go in, see if they're under markets and selected. If they are not under markets and selected, then you will need to go to markets and available to add them. And if you don't see the available tab, it could be because you're logged into a company-specific URL. So just make sure that you're logged into Appulate.com, and then you will either see Volta in your list of selected markets, or you will see them under available where you will be able to add them. Hope that was able to clarify that for you.
And just so you know, I've already received a couple of new producer agreements. We get on them real quick, and I've already countersigned both of them. So thank you very much for those who've already signed up.
Adam works very quickly. I think that you will be quite impressed. All right, a few other questions here. Let's see. Oh, okay, they're just following up there that it was in the available markets list. Okay, great. Glad you were able to find them. Last call for any questions.
Anything?
All right, let me just pop Adam's contact information back up on my screen here again for one last time here quickly while we say our goodbyes. So on behalf of the entire Appulate team, I'd like to thank you all for joining our webinar today. Adam, thank you for joining us. This is very, very great to be able to show everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone, as well. My contact information is on the screen. If you do have any questions or want to contact me directly via my office phone, my mobile phone, or via email, I am available to answer any questions that you have. We're looking forward to being able to provide you guys with excellent service and help you satisfy some risks for your policies. We hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.